Okay, so I just wanted to come on here because I feel like I want to put this message on all my platforms. I already posted a video on Instagram and now it's YouTube's turn. No editing, I'm not gonna intro, nothing. I just wanted to go straight to the point because I've tried to film this a few times and I just get way too emotional during it and I stop. But it is what it is. If I get emotional, I get emotional, and I'm just gonna film it, because if not, I'm not gonna film at all. I'm gonna sit here just to say this. What's happening in the world right now is a revolution. This is gonna change things forever. And racism, like I said on my Instagram video, is a beast that has been awake for way too long, and we need to put him to sleep. This is why we're protesting. We can't allow darkness to derail from the point. The point is that racism is alive. It's killing people every day. And it's disguised in police uniforms. It's disguised in your teachers. It's disguised in your employers. It's disguised in our leaders. So I feel like the point for me is that racism needs to stop. The stereotypes need to stop. I'm not going to fight for Black lives, but stomp on blue lives. And I'm not going to stand by people mistreating police officers to prove the point that police officers mistreat Black people. I'm not going to do that either. And the reason why I'm not going to do that is because I don't stand by violence. I don't stand by any violence from any group. I stand by love because I walk with God. I'm Catholic. I am not a religious person, but I'm spiritual. And in the last few years, I've become more spiritual, and it has helped me understand in a deeper way why I need to walk with God, and why you need to be grateful for things, and why you need to only treat people the way you want to be treated. And it's hard. It's not hard to walk like that. It's not hard to only think positive and see the best things in life and look at things always as a blessing. Even your worst heartaches are blessings and they're lessons. It's hard to look at things that way. It's not going to be easy, but that's the way I choose to live my life. I have police officers in my family, multiple. I also have Black friends. I also identify as an Afro-Latina because I'm Dominican. I don't believe in racism. I'm never going to believe in racism. I don't believe in the stereotypes. Crooked cops are racist. So me saying I don't believe in racism means I don't stand for crooked cops. My family members aren't crooked cops. My family members actually love what they do. They don't do what they do for a paycheck. So when I have my friends telling me I'm not going to applaud a police officer for doing their job, that breaks my heart. You want to know why? Because when you are in trouble, a stranger that they don't even know, when you see your life in danger, you're going to pick up the phone and you're going to call my family members. And my family members are going to show up to protect your life. They're going to put their life on the line for you. They're willing to leave behind their families, their kids, their wives, their sisters, their brothers, their mothers, for you. So yes, I'm gonna applaud that. And sometimes your family members wouldn't even do that for you. So yes, I'm going to applaud that. Because my family members forever are going to be heroes for me. And I am going to forever applaud them. And I'm not going to stand by people stomping, beating up, throwing bricks at police officers to prove that Black Lives Matter. That's not what I'm gonna do. And I'm also not gonna stand by the police officers treating people how they've been treating them. It breaks, here come the tears, but it's okay. It breaks my heart that my kids are gonna have to see an NYPD cop car running people over as if they were terrorists. That image in my mind has effed me up. And it hurts me inside because I have family members that are NYPD that I know are good people and would never terrorize people that way. So yes, it breaks my heart, and I'm not going to stand for that either. But I'm not going to say, let's kill all the cops. Let's throw bricks at all their faces because we need to prove that Black Lives Matter, that all lives matter, that they are supposed to protect us. No. The way that I feel we should fight this fight is smartly. Educate yourself so that we can take people that are in power down who are racist, because that is the way we're going to change this society, is by changing the system. Because racists are behind the word president, the word mayor, the word governor. That's the issue. And yes, showing light and standing up for people. So when a crooked cop is your partner and you see him mistreating a civilian, you need to stand up for yourself, and you need to be brave, and you need to stand up to him. I had injustice in my family, and I don't want to go into details, but all I'm going to say to what happened in my family, there was a death involved, there was a Black person involved, there was a cop involved. And the bad people in the story ended up being the Black person and the cop against my family member. And it's not for my Black friends, and it's not for police officers to come to my family and say, listen, we're not all bad. We're not all criminals. No, it takes for me to look at my grandmother's eyes and tell her, you cannot be racist. Not all Blacks are murderers. Not all cops are crooked. It takes for me to say that, because she's one of mine. I'm her granddaughter, and she's going to listen to me. She's not going to listen to my Black friend, and she's not going to listen to a police officer. They were the ones who hurt her. So what I mean by saying that is that your white friends need to stand up for you. The good cops need to stand up for you. Protect each other. Unity, love. Guys, love is the strongest energy there is. And I know they don't teach us this in school, but let me teach you what I've been learning. This world we live in, it's referred to as the 3D world. Our souls don't live in the 3D world necessarily. This is just where our soul is living right now. But we do have past lives. We do reincarnate. And I might sound crazy to some of you, but I promise you that the more I learn about this, the more videos I'm going to make to educate you guys on what I'm learning, because I promise you that knowing what I've learned has brought the most peace and happiness I've felt in my life, because it helps you view the world in the way we're supposed to view it. Why do I decide to walk with God? Because walking with God means you don't give up on humanity, because He doesn't give up on us. It means you trust unconditionally whether or not people have done you wrong. You forgive and you give 100% of your trust again, because God does that to us. You love unconditionally because God loves you unconditionally. And you don't lead your life with hate and anger because God doesn't. That to me is what it means to walk with Him, is to resemble Him on earth so that we could be at peace, because love is the strongest power there is. And on earth, everyone is just trying to be powerful. That's why, like Tupac was saying, there's rich people with 17 homes when there's millions of people in the world that are homeless. That's power. I don't want power. I don't want the power. I don't need 17 houses. And listen, I'm also not going to shame somebody for living their life in a different way than me, because that's wrong as well. You are supposed to stand for what you believe in, but you're not supposed to shame somebody. You're not supposed to hurt somebody. You're not supposed to insult somebody else because they don't live their life the way you do. I just wanted to come on here to express my opinion about what's going on. I have a very clear understanding of what being a light means. Being a light means walking with God and allowing people to see the light through you. And that's what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to get intimidated by the hate comments that I'm receiving. I'm not going to get intimidated by my friends having different opinions. I'm not going to get intimidated by darkness. Why do you think most crimes happen in the nighttime? Because light is way too powerful. Everything in life tends to be very complex. So let's open our minds a little bit more to understand other people's points of views. Let's start listening to understand and not listening to respond. I have multiple of my friends getting extreme backlash and calling me with tears in their eyes and hurt in their voice because they feel so bad that they're offending their own friends, their own fans, and that's not what their intentions were, posting whatever it was they posted. But as I tell them, I'm going to tell you guys, we have to be brave, and part of being brave is speaking up regardless of what we might receive back, because we know in our hearts that the message we're trying to portray is love, it's unity, it's equality, it's peace. That message is a beautiful message. And regardless if someone's coming at us because they want us to only give a message that they want to give, that has nothing to do with us. You're going to be brave and you're going to speak up because you know your heart is good. And that's it. You know, at first I thought to myself, damn, we thought 2020 was going to be an amazing year. 2020 vision. Well, have you thought about this? What if we are receiving 2020 vision? What if with all the tragedies that have happened, the Australia fires, the coronavirus, this revolution moment, every tragedy, if you really dissect it, has taught us a lot of lessons. How we're treating Mother Nature, how we're living our lives daily. I know because I've spoken to multiple of my friends around the country, not just in LA, not just around me, and everyone somehow ended up with the same energy during this pandemic of reflecting, of appreciating their life, appreciating their friends, truly understanding themselves. Why have we all ended up in the same energy? I'm going to tell you why. It's part of this theory called the 100 monkey theory. There was a group of monkeys on one island, and because all of them started behaving in the same way, somehow through energy and frequency, that message translated to another group of monkeys on another island, and they started behaving in the same way. 2 different islands, same actions. How is that possible? Through energy, through frequency. And they don't teach us this in school. But the energy is what manifests things in our life. That is where manifestation comes from. That's where law of attraction comes from. And I'll do another video and go more in depth about it, because this video is about racism and what's going on in the world. But the point in me saying this is that we are having 2020 vision. God is opening our eyes to a lot of things that are wrong with the way we live our lives in 2020. And there has to be change, because if you look around, most people live their life very selfishly, very inhumanely. But we're not born this way. We're not born racist. We're not born with darkness in our heart. We are born with love, because that's the most powerful energy. Therefore, that is the energy that we need to try and extend through the rest of our life. And that is what I'm trying to do. With that, I say, Black Lives Matter. And we need to stop the stereotypes against everything. We can't kill one stereotype by creating another one. Thank you if you stayed through the whole video. And I'll see you guys later.